shut up. Just
it's that time.
No.
It's that time.
You enjoy this too much.
It's time for
not
free
worth it.
money! Free money!
For your bookie.
My college football picks against the spread. Went 500 last week. So,
wow.
just bobbing along.
Woo.
Things are okay.
How exciting.
27 and 23.
Treat it like gospel. Every
Exactly.
single one of these
Well, listen,
picks.
I'm
Boy, 500.
27 and 23.
That's
So,
you literally flipped a coin last week.
Uh,
We stopped that bit, but
we did stop a bit.
But you literally flipped a coin last week. Congratulations.
I would say that it didn't come with the kind of expertise that you've come to expect from Free Money, America's favorite segment.
For the high school fans who are already asking us about games, tomorrow, come back tomorrow. High school mailbag.
Don't leave now, though. Stop telling people to leave.
Well, the thing is, you always do we do the high school picks video.
Yes.
And then people are like, "What about this game? What about this game?"
If you have
tomorrow.
if you have an individual game, what we should do is I should start doing that disclaimer after the picks video runs as we produce on the fly here. We will. Well, if you have a specific game to ask about or a specific question, tomorrow's Mailbag Friday, and we will answer all of your questions tomorrow. So, for now though, it's America's favorite segment, it's Free Money.
Ugh.
Max, what's first?
Let me see if I can get excited about any of this.
Tonight. It's football tonight.
That's true. Thursday football.
Yeah.
Taking the spotlight away from the high school football.
Well, it's not Friday. It's not Friday.
It's not.
Friday's a sin.
I agree.
Friday's a sin. Thursday.
I don't know.
That's fine. That's why I love Fun Belt Tuesday.
7 p.m. this evening. Tulsa traveling into Houston. The Cougs, fresh off a bye week, correct?
Fresh off a bye week.
17.5-point favorites.
So they're going to win. Let me start off there.
Wow.
The only question is, can they cover 17.5? And I've got to be honest, like, the Houston defense now has me a bit concerned. The Houston defense has just not been up to snuff, and they're just not, like, the biggest problem is that they're just not making those splash plays that we've come to expect from them. The offense, by the way, if you haven't paid attention, they found it. They're doing okay now, but like you look at what they've done defensively, especially especially against Texas Tech, and granted Tech can light it up, but I just don't think. I wonder if this defense just isn't as great as we thought that it was. So now they're taking on a Tulsa team, and here's the good news: Tulsa can't score.
Nope.
They're just not very good offensively. This is a team that basically they can't pass, which is bad news. But remember, this is a Houston defense that can give up the run a little bit as well, more than we kind of anticipated they would. I just think 17.5 is asking a lot. You're asking them to win by 3 possessions. Houston's going to win, but this feels like a 14-point game instead of a 20-point game.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to go with Tulsa in this one. I'm going to take Tulsa plus 17.5. What's next, Max?
Oh, this little old game at a sort of well-known stadium across town here. It's called the Red River Showdown. The Red River battle
rivalry
on the river of the rivalry.
Rivalry with the showdown shootouts. The matchup.
Number 7 Oklahoma taking on number 19 Texas. Both teams probably a little overrated if we're being honest. 11 a.m. Saturday. The Horns. 8-point dogs.
8-point dogs. This is the first time. What did Craig say? Since 2009 that both teams are ranked.
8 or 9.
8 or 9 around there.
I think it's 9.
It's fun to have this game mean something again. Like that's
Sure.
nice. So if you're looking at Oklahoma, here's the thing about Oklahoma: offense, stupid, stupid offense.
Yeah.
And especially, like, Kyler Murray has been out of control. He's a legit Heisman contender. He's been incredible. Their receivers are ridiculous. CeeDee Lamb has been superb for them. Marquise Brown, I think they call him Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown.
He's incredible. This whole offense is ridiculous. Here's the thing, though. They can't run the ball.
Yeah.
Now that Rodney Anderson's out for the year, they don't really have a running game.
Well, they've had more injuries in the running back corps. It's just a war of attrition for the running backs at this point.
And if you look at Texas, like, okay, secondary has looked pretty good.
Yeah,
it's looked pretty good. And the other side for Oklahoma, the defense is just not very good. I think it's barely fine. right? That's how you'd classify it. S&P Plus, which is our friend Bill Connolly's thing, has it 62nd in the nation. Does that sound like elite? That doesn't sound elite.
It's not elite, that's for sure.
But the Texas offense has been obviously fits and spurts as well. The place that they can probably beat them, I will say, is it's going to have to be dink and dunk for Texas. They don't give up huge plays, but they do give up a fair amount of just kind of the 4-yard, 5-yard chunks. In the end, though, I'm going with Oklahoma in this one. I think Kyler Murray goes nuts. I think this is the reason. If you want to ask me honestly, I think this is the reason he came back to Oklahoma.
Right.
And he's not playing
games
baseball
like this.
Yeah. Games like this on the big stage to show out at the Cotton Bowl. I think he wanted this experience. I think Oklahoma wins by about 9 or 10. So I'm going to take Oklahoma and lay the 8 points.
There you go.
What's next, Max?
The A's could have used him last night.
Boy, they sure could have.
Yeah.
What do you think of the bullpen game? I thought it was smart, and it just kind of backfired on him. I think that just Aaron Judge.
As I messaged you during the game, if this is we can start this as the topic tomorrow as the random topic. What is the one stadium when it's happy and full of happy people makes you the most rage-filled lunatic? It's Yankee Stadium. So last night was not good.
Yeah, we'll think about that tomorrow. Okay, what's next, Mike?
Kansas State, mighty Kansas State, coming into Waco, 2:30 p.m. Saturday. Baylor, 4-point favorites, which is they should be more than that. Not because they should.
No.
But they should.
They should.
Right.
And that's why I'll spoil it. It's off the top. I'm going to take Baylor -4. Kansas State's just not good, guys. And it strikes me.
And they won't be protected by Manhattan.
Like the thing that like what bails them out, like what bailed them out last week what bailed Texas out is that, oh man, we just lost a shirt behind you.
The Dumas shirt fell. No.
What bailed out what kept that game close was that Texas's offense was not very good. Let me tell you, Baylor's offense is not bad. Now that they've found their quarterback in Charlie Brewer, and now they've figured out that Denzel Mims is a freak show. I still wish they would run the ball a little bit more effectively, but this Baylor offense is going to be good enough to cover the spread. And the bottom line is the Kansas State offense is not going to do anything. It's just not. And things are getting really dicey up there in Manhattan. Going on the road is not going to help them. I like Baylor -4 in this one. I think they cover. What's next, Max?
That's fine. Let's get through that one. That one's not much fun to talk about because this one is really fun to talk about.
This one's super interesting.
Number 13, Kentucky, coming into College Station to take on Texas A&M, 6 p.m. Saturday. A&M 6-point favorites, but if you really look at everything, I don't know why Kentucky isn't favored in this game.
So Kentucky's the 13th ranked team in the country, guys. And
they're good.
They're really good.
And their defense is crazy good. And after the way A&M's offense looked last week,
that's kind of where I'm at on this. That the A&M's offense has sputtered of late. I think that's a good way to put it. And that right now they're kind of living off of what they've done, what they did against Clemson. Yeah. I think that their offense looked really good against Clemson. It looked fine in kind of a tune-up game against Louisiana Monroe. It did not look good against Alabama, and then it looked really bad against Arkansas. Yeah. It's trending in a bad way. And Kentucky's defense is legit.
Yeah, they're good.
Legit. Now, the other side of it, I don't think Kentucky's offense is amazing. It's really not. They kind of get what they need to. Kind of where they do most of their damage is that they effectively run the ball pretty well. Benny Snell is the name to know. They run the ball pretty well, and they set up like 3rd and 1. A&M's got to get them behind the chains. They've got to keep them off the field. I'm going to take Kentucky because I also think there's a fair chance they just win this game outright because I think Kentucky's pretty good. And if this A&M offense doesn't wake up,
doesn't this feel like a hard one to get A&M up for too?
Yeah, it's
after the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean they're coming off of playing. You play Clemson and Alabama, and now it's like
Arkansas is like this big game at AT&T.
Yeah, and now it's like here's Kentucky,
who normally like whatever
you have no affiliation with. Like this is the weird thing about their move to the SEC is that like this is a conference game and it means a lot, but it's like okay, here comes Kentucky. I don't know. I think you're right. There's a motivation factor here. I think being at home will help, but I like Kentucky. I'm going to take Kentucky +6. I actually think there's a fair chance they win this game outright, but I'm going to go with Kentucky +6.
I'm excited about this game because I think we're going to learn something about A&M. Like, can they lock in?
I agree. My thing is I'll just say this. I'm pretty sure this game is closer than 6 points. Okay. So whoever was laying the points, I was gonna take the other side. What's next, Max?
Well, this is.
Oh, God. Oh, God. No. SMU. Oh, no. Is it this one?
SMU is going to Orlando, right? Orlando to play 12 UCF, 6 p.m. Saturday. The Ponies are 25-point dogs.
Guys, this is going to get ugly. This is going to get real ugly because Central Florida's super duper good. They're super duper good. Although I think Bill Conley forgot them on their statistical profiles. They're super good. And they're super good at everything, and especially offensively. Mackenzie Milton is nuts. He's super, super good. Now, SMU has shown signs of life the last 2 weeks, albeit against Houston Baptist, and then, of course, that big win over Navy. They've shown signs of life, but going on the road is a different animal. And going on the road to, like, a legit, I don't know if they're the 12th best team in the country, but they're a legit top 20 team.
Yeah.
This has bad news written all over it. I'm gonna take UCF to cover the 25 points.
Wow.
Honestly.
Okay.
I really do.
You're going for it.
I just don't think that SMU's gonna be able to stop them. Okay. I think that's the biggest thing.
All right.
That's my big problem. So I'm gonna go with them. What's next, Max?
All righty. We're still doing this. We're still calling ourselves Louisiana instead of Lafayette.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
We're still doing this.
I'm sorry. This is what they just told me.
Well, the good news is this is actually kind of surprising. Lafayette at Texas State, 6 p.m. Saturday. Your Bobcats, just 3.5-point dogs, man. They got this.
They got this.
They got this.
And guess what?
You're doing it.
I'm taking Texas
You're pulling
State.
the trigger.
I'm taking Texas
You're pulling
State.
the trigger.
And I'll tell you why. Look, Texas State is super duper. They're like maybe the worst team in the nation offensively. They're super duper duper bad. But guess what? Louisiana is like the worst team in the country defensively.
There you go.
Guys, it's all lining up. It's all lining up. Being at home helps. I don't know if they win it, but they've been close the last couple of weeks. I think that they're trending in a decent way offensively. I am going to take I'm going to take Texas State. I'm going to take Texas State minus 3.5 or plus 3.5. I think that they're doing great, and I think that the offense is trending now in a positive direction that gets Texas State to cover. Maybe not win. What's next, Max?
Greg, would you like to hear about the new low point in a rebuilding year at UTSA?
Jesus, God in heaven.
UTSA on the road against Rice, 6 p.m. Saturday, and Rice, 1.5-point favorites over Frank Wilson's Roadrunners.
Rice is – this is the first time they've been favored since last year when they were favored against FIU. They lost that game. They have not won a game outright as a favorite since UTEP in 2016.
Been a while.
It's been a while. Look, guys, this is very much the Sadness Bowl. Nothing here is fun or makes sense or is in any way enjoyable. UTSA's offense is awful. Their defense is honestly, that's the disappointing thing.
Right.
I thought we could have pointed. It would not have surprised me if you told me, hey, by the way, UTSA is going to struggle offensively. That wouldn't necessarily surprise me. A lot of new parts there. The defense is what's really disappointed me. The defense has not been good. Rice is somehow worse than them, though. And that's why I'm going to take UTSA and the points.
Oh, really?
I think UTSA wins this game. I think UTSA wins this game outright.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they go on the road and they win it.
I don't know.
Rice's defense is so bad. It's so bad.
Here's the deal with Rice, and here's what you need to understand about Rice as someone who has watched a lot of Rice this year.
What a weird brag.
I don't.
Dude, they
I
gave
don't
up
make
42 points in the first half.
I don't make the assignments. I don't make the assignments. Here's why. If Rice can just take care of the football. If they win the turnover margin, they're going to win this game.
Okay, that's fair.
Because that has been their issue.
Yeah.
They have crippling turnovers that basically bury them early.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just throwing that out there.
That's absolutely true. You're not wrong.
Do I protect the football?
You're not wrong.
Protect the football, I'm just saying.
You're not wrong. They Sean Stankiewicz. Stankiewicz. I have a friend Stankiewicz, and so that's why I'm thinking it. I got to think about it. I got to figure out how to say that. He's got to take care of the football. If he takes care of the football, I think they got a great shot. But right now, I just think Rice's defense is so bad that UTSA is going to crack a couple of big runs, and that's going to be church.
Boy, I don't know.
So I'm going to take UTSA plus 1.5.
Suddenly I'm intrigued by this game.
And finally,
here's my question for you. North Texas at UTEP, 6:30 p.m. Saturday. North Texas, 27.5-point favorites. Sure, fine, whatever.
That's not what we're going to talk about here.
Two questions for you, sir. Are we of the mind that North Texas needs to cleanse its soul and take out some anger?
Mm-hmm.
Or do they kind of half-ass this one because they can and because they're beat up?
They are beat up.
Yeah.
But let me just give you one little note. May I give you a little note?
Oh, here comes a tidbit.
They are defensively. They're 113th against the pass and 117th against the rush. UTEP is terrible.
Yeah.
North Texas, I think North Texas can name their score.
Without even trying.
I think this game has 56-0 written on it.
Woo!
And I think Seth Luttrell, I think they're angry. I think they're angry because I think that they got an opportunity. They missed their opportunity. And I think they are seeing a poor puppy that is wandering down the street.
Puppy? Jeez.
A poor puppy that's like,
Where is this going? This is a bad idea.
I'm just trying to get home. And North Texas is this miserable old man who is very, very upset at life.
This is a bad analogy.
And I think they're going to punt the puppy.
Oh.
I think this is going to be bad. I think this is going to be really ugly. I like North Texas to cover that. Again, it would not surprise me. I'm not going to watch a lick of this game. I'm going to be honest, unless Shehan assigns me it. I'm not going to watch a lick of this game. I'm being honest.
I'm going to send him a note right now to make sure you.
I don't get BN Sports, so in your face.
You can use my password, buddy.
Dang it. This is the kind of thing that it wouldn't surprise me if you text me at 9:30 and say, hey, by the way, North Texas is up 63-3.
By the way, 3 UTEP players are dead.
3 UTEP players lost a limb.
Seth Luttrell is now shirtless and covered in blood.
It's amazing.
But it's only the second quarter.
I think North Texas names their score. I'm going to take North Texas. So those are my free money picks. I like Tulsa, plus 17.5 at Houston tonight. I like Oklahoma, -8 against Texas. I like Baylor, -4 at home against Kansas State. I like Kentucky, +6 at A&M. I like Central Florida, -25 at home against SMU. I like Texas State, +3.5 at home against Louisiana. Come on, Bobs. I like UTSA, +1.5 at Rice. And I like North Texas, -27.5 at UTEP. And now we go to Max Thompson for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts?
Yeah. Corey Hogue says he cannot believe we're trusting Kentucky in College Station, which, fair point. It is still Kentucky.
It's still Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
But, based on the data we have, if Kentucky plays like they have the past couple of games, or this season, if they continue to play the way they have this season, then, they're probably going to win.
Yeah.
Their defense is so good.
I will admit to being a fatalist with all 12 of these FBS teams in Texas. So I'm probably 100%. Harder on A&M than I should be bearish on Kentucky.
You're selling them?
Yeah.
I think that I'll say this. If you come back and you say, you know what, by the way, they regressed to the mean super hard.
Yeah.
And everything fell apart and A&M won this game 38-7.
Sure.
That honestly wouldn't surprise me either.
It's a weird game.
It is. Well, and
also,
it also helps. I think it also helps it's a night game. I think it helps A&M too.
Yeah.
So, but right now I just think the numbers point to Kentucky. If they keep, basically it would take them not playing the way they have.
Yeah. I would say losing to Kentucky in year 1 is excusable. Just don't ever do it again. So that's kind of where I'm at on that.
For Jimbo?
Yeah, for Jimbo. That's kind of But also, this gives us a good chance, as Corey said, to point out with such a terrible slate of FBS games. There's a couple good ones, but a couple you really don't want to watch.
It's a small school banger week.
It's a small school week, baby, and Corey has previewed those games on our website. Go to TexasFootball.com. He has previewed the biggest ones. We've got Sam Houston State versus Stephen F. Austin. We've got Commerce at Midwestern State.
Massive game.
And we've got Hardin Simmons at Mary Hardin Baylor, baby.
Massive defense.
And if you really want to get deep in the weeds,
let's get funky.
Blynn's playing Southeastern Oklahoma.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, man. A lot of implications on all those games. Big deal. Check out the previews by Corey Hogue. But seriously, this is a crazy good game for if you're just going top to bottom divisions in this state. This week is awesome.
Yeah, you've got a super headliner at every level. Yeah. You've got if you want to say Texas OU is the headliner, which it probably should be.
Right.
That's the headliner at FBS. FCS you go with Sam Houston and Stephen F. Division II, it's Commerce and Midwestern State. Midwestern State might win that game, guys.
They usually. I mean, that's the thing. They kind of own. They own Commerce.
It's weird. That was Commerce's one loss last year. And then at Division III, you've got Hardin Simmons and Mary Hardin Baylor.
I need to get
and then JUCO game.
I need to make Hoagie do more work and tell us which of those games each week we can actually watch.
That's why I'm trying to do these the TV schedule, I know you can watch Sam and Stephen F.
Yeah.
You can watch that one.
That's not usually too surprising. You usually get the FCS games pretty easily.
And that's the only one.
Sometimes D2 and then sometimes D3. It just kind of depends. Random NAIA games, but unfortunately the NAIA teams in Texas just aren't quite up to snuff with the rest of the country, so we don't get a lot of those.
Yes.